choked off the Arizona Cardinals, even though they got it to within 7 in the second quarter. But after that, they just kind of put them away with field goals, just kind of grinding out a win. But early on, they were throwing the ball very, very well. It was encouraging if you're a Falcons fan. For the Cardinals, I know that Bruce Arians believes in Drew Stanton, and I don't really know how much of this was on him. You look at, they were only able to gain 35 yards on the ground on 11 carries, including a 7-yard scamper by Drew Stanton. Andre Ellington, 5 carries for 12 yards. He has to be better for this team. But the loss of Carson Palmer seems to be downing this franchise, and so they went from 9-1 to a 2-game losing streak. Now they're 9-3. People are starting to ask questions. Well,
when you look at their schedule, I mean, they're home against Kansas City, who can play great when they want to, and then at Seattle, or at St. Louis, home against Seattle, at San Francisco. That's a brutal last 4 games.
So I don't know. I don't think I'm not. The Chiefs are not scaring me anymore. I mean, they're just not. They're not the team that when they started the season, they certainly looked like they were missing some of the right personnel. Then suddenly we saw the Kansas City Chiefs of old. They could play really tough defense, get their running game going, put points in the end zone. Now we're sort of seeing that what we saw at the beginning of the season.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't. I don't know. I don't think that's as scary as. In fact, that game to me was a tough game to pick for that very reason.
You know, if you're going to average 74.8 yards on the ground like the Cardinals are, you can't do that with Drew Stanton as your quarterback.
No.
You know, regardless of whether Stanton can play or whether he's capable of putting together an efficient game, when you don't run the ball well, then you're asking a lot of your quarterback. And a quarterback like Carson Palmer, I would feel more comfortable with taking risks with. Drew Stanton, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, they need to have the quarterback throw the ball like 50 times for right now, until Andre Ellington gets healthy. I mean, Andre Ellington should have had a big game this weekend, but he went down way early in this game, and that suddenly he's not a factor at all. And I think had he played, he would have been good for 1 to 2 touchdowns himself.
And for the Falcons, a first place. I mean, we're all talking about how bad the Falcons are, but they may win the division with a sub-500 record. They're 5-7 in first place. The rest of their schedule, they're at Green Bay on Monday night. Then they're home against Pittsburgh, at New Orleans, and then home against Carolina. So you have one division game the rest of the way here. In Carolina, who knows what they'll be by the end of the season? They're going down the tubes fast.
Yeah.
But do you guys think that there should be some kind of amendment to the playoff race, the playoff seeding, if a sub-500 team makes the playoffs?
I mean, I think you should be required to have a winning record. Yeah. It's or be 500. I mean, there are other teams that clearly would deserve to get into the playoffs above any team that has a losing record.
Yeah, you look at
and I don't care if it's the Saints. You could sit there and say, "Oh, Drew Brees, blah blah blah, he's one of the best quarterbacks, and he put up all these points." Yeah, okay, but why didn't they win more games during the regular season?
No, you're going to have 3 teams possibly with a winning record in the NFC West. One of those teams isn't going to make the playoffs, but whoever wins the South.
I think
that's the problem you're going to have though if they keep divisions. I mean, if you have a division, you're going to have a division champion. I think whoever wins the division, if they are sub 500, they shouldn't get a home game out of it. They should have to go on the road. That's a big one to me, because whoever wins that division, they are probably going to be sub 500, and they're going to get a home playoff game.
Yeah, against the wild card.
That's what kills me. And a team like New Orleans at home can beat a team that's 10-5, like a team like Detroit going into New Orleans, who's going to have Detroit's probably going to have a winning record. I would assume they're going to make the postseason. You get them in the playoffs against a team like New Orleans in New Orleans, they could easily lose that game. But if you switched around in a team that like them that earned the right by having a winning record to have a home game, it would be a different story.
Well, and also the team.
Well, I mean,
go ahead.
The way they could work work around it is that the rules just need to read that the division winners are make the playoffs unless one of those or a division winner has a record of 500 or less or under 500. Then the next best team record-wise fills the fourth spot.
Yeah.
That's all they have to do. It's really simple.
Providing that there's not more than one division winner under 500. But
Wait, I don't understand. Like two divisions? Well, have we ever seen that before? I don't know if we've ever seen that before. Yeah,
I think we have. And Geno just got intercepted to end the game.
So who won, the Dolphins?
The Dolphins win 16-13.
Wow. It's a stunner.
A batted ball interception in the middle of the field to end the game.
Wow.
16. The Jets and Dolphins play a primetime football game, and all we get is 29 points. Whew, boy.
Sounds like a Monday night game.
Yeah. So we all pick the Dolphins, so that makes my record 9-7 for the week. Jim, you take it at 11-5. Steve, you come in second at 10-6.
Wow.
So Jim puts another game ahead in between, and I fall a game behind Steve now for third. I fall into the basement.
In the basement. The basement.
So, why isn't that your nickname?
What, the basement?
The basement?
Yeah. The basement.
I was out front early on. I don't have any staying power. No stamina.
Oh my God.
Great.
Well, Steve-O, you only picked. He was the only one to pick Buffalo. You were the only one to pick Jacksonville. Which was that?
Right.
Was that just a wild?
No.
I need to make up some ground pick.
I thought I ended up taking Buffalo at home.
You did on Wednesday night show. Not this.
I did.
Not this show.
Oh, so we're not counting that. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Not changing picks.
No, you look at how poorly, because the week before the Giants played awful, and Jacksonville actually played pretty well. So I looked at this game and I'm like, Jacksonville's at home playing against a Giants team that has not been playing good at all. To me, out of the two teams, the Giants, the Jacksonville's actually been playing better. So that's why I picked them to beat the Giants, because to me they've been playing better football over the last couple of weeks.
No, they almost gave it up, but give them credit. They were resilient. The resilient Jacksonville Jaguars. Who thought we would say that this year?
Well, they are. They have to be.
Yeah.
Wait, you're calling the Jacksonville Jaguars resilient?
They were that week because the Giants went up late and then they came back and won.
Yeah, but
it's just one game. We're not going to call them resilient
yeah.
this season.
Would you call the Oakland Raiders resilient?
No.
They keep showing up to play, so I guess they are resilient.
Yeah. And they seem determined to put Matt Schaub in for some reason.
Ugh.
Well, what on earth did you gain by benching Derek Carr in that game?
I don't know.
I think they just got him out of there. Just nothing was going right for the guy.
Yeah, but everyone expects him to be throwing interceptions. I mean, yeah, they're not going to win the game, but you don't gain anything by putting Schaub back in there, except for, let's just not get him hurt. And I guess maybe that justifies it enough right there. But then Schaub threw...
No, it was just fun to see Matt get in there and get picked.
That was pretty fun.
God-awful pick six. Oh, my God. I was the only one that picked New England to beat Green Bay, and I was almost victorious there. But how about Green Bay jumping out to that fast start against New England?
I tell you, Aaron Rodgers truly is just amazing. The touch he puts on some of his passes is unbelievable.
Yeah.
For years I hated the guy, but I cannot help but respect how good he really is. I mean, he is just phenomenal.
He's throwing. He's got the best ball in the league right now. I say
yeah, absolutely.
He's doing it better than Peyton even right now.
If you looked at this game, to me, I think these were the two best quarterbacks in the league. Because you looked at the way Brady was throwing the ball too. He was on point with a lot of his passes and some really tough passes, especially a couple of his touchdown throws. This was a hell of a duel. Like, I really enjoyed it. I hope that this is the Super Bowl, because I think it would make for a fantastic Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. But,
on even ground,
the only bad thing about a Patriots-Packers Super Bowl is that we'd have to watch the replay of 96 with Brett Favre running around like a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
And to think that in the preseason there was talk of Tom Brady not being a top 5 quarterback.
I was I know. I get what you did there. I see what you did there.
No, but I'm pointing out there's sort of this thing that's been forgotten because it was 13 weeks ago, and people were sitting there hemming and hawing about, is he a top 5 quarterback? Isn't he a top 5 quarterback? And are they done? And they don't have the right receivers there, and this and that. And yet everything has worked out.
I didn't say that after the preseason. I said that after they got blown out by Kansas City.
That's not the point. My only point, it wasn't about you specifically.
Yes, it was. Everything's about me.
No, it's not.
Wow. Everything's about you.
No, it's not, basement. Anyway.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry. It was just right there. I had to do it.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. But, it was utterly a fantastic game. You know, I mean, the Packers should get a nice little boost in the power rankings. For all those Packers fans out there that keep telling me, no, you can't say that the Packers are in the top 10 because they just haven't played all the best of them and there's still Detroit to worry about. Okay. But let's just say you've got a really good team there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Green Bay is easily the best team in the league now that they've beaten New England.
And really, both defenses played well. I mean, yeah, there were their mistakes. The whole Jordy Nelson touchdown. You know, there were issues, but overall, that was the thing that I really took away from this game. Is not only were the offenses great, but both defenses played very solid football.
Yeah.
Which you haven't been able to say about these two teams for a couple seasons.
Yeah, it's just. It'll be very interesting. I just hate seeing the Packers being good. It just bothers me.
You've been bothered for a long time.
Yes, yes, I have. Yes, I have. All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll start diving into next week's games, and we'll get our picks up. You're listening to the NFL Hour on 87 Sports Fans Live on Late Night Sports Radio.